the last 10 years or so since I've been there. I mean, there is as much excitement and confidence. More importantly, there's as much intensity as I can ever remember around that program. There's a certain level of confidence that everyone's walking around with right now. I think they know that they're good. I think they know the roster is really good. I think that they feel there's confidence and there's a sense of familiarity with Mike Yurcich and Manny Diaz coming back for another season. I mean, again, I think Manny Diaz coming back is one of the biggest wins in the Big Ten this offseason, retaining him for another year. So talking to those coordinators, everyone just feels comfortable and like they're on a singular mission, and everyone's singing the song to the same tune. And it's been fun to see. I've now interviewed Drew Allar 2 times, and I've gotten to know Drew over the course of this year. It's been cool to see his growth, his development, even from an interview standpoint of how he's grown and how he's answering questions and how he's handling the media and how, like, just even in the 3 months between our 2 interviews, I think he's grown a lot, and I'm excited to see him take the reins. And I have no doubt it's going to be a good season for Drew and for Penn State football, and they have all the pieces in place to make a run at the whole thing.
Shawn, do you have a question for Adam about what he saw in this past week or so?
Yeah, is there anybody, like, I feel like the question Cory and I get asked often is what under the radar guys we expect to step up this year. From what you've seen, who do you think stands out to you as an under the radar guy?
Yeah, I'll give you a few guys. Number one, this guy's not under the radar by any means, but I do think that he's not getting quite enough respect nationally as to how good I think he will be this year, and that's Theo Johnson at tight end. I think Theo's got a serious chance to be one of the best in the country at tight end.
You're not biased at all, are you?
I think he's you're right. I think he's a serious Mackey Award contender. I think the way they're going to use him in this offense, it's funny talking to Drew. I think I asked him about the receivers, and the first person he mentioned was Theo, a tight end. And from what I've seen, they're going to use him all over the field. And he has that ability. He looks really, really lean and athletic, and just looks like he's ready to have a really big season. So I think Theo's a guy who's going to play really well. Everything I've seen around the receiver room, I think for a long time, not for a year or two at Penn State, the question around KeAndre Lambert-Smith has been somewhat of not the skills side of the game, not the speed. It's been everything else, right? It's been the mental part, reading the coverages, showing up. It's been everything outside of it. And from what I've seen, KeAndre seems to have completely flipped the switch and has shown up every day with an intention at training camp, with the desire to get better, the desire to learn. And you can see him kind of becoming a leader in that room, which has been really cool. And then I think too, I asked a lot of guys about some of the players on some of the skill position players, and everyone talks about Singleton and Kaytron Allen, who are obviously both special players and can compete with any running back room in the country. But Trey Potts is a guy that I think we'll see some here and there, especially as we get through Big Ten play. He looks the part. I mean, the guy looks like an NFL running back, and he's a smart dude, has learned the system really quickly, and I think has earned a lot of people's respect. I've heard his name come up multiple times talking to the offensive players. So on the defensive side,